Hello and welcome back to Race Recap. My name is Jackson. As you know, we're getting ourselves caught back up over all 9 series that we cover here on Race Recap, and we're pretty solid on the Trucks Xfinity and Cup, just a race that happened last weekend at Richmond. But we want to turn our attention now to the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship, and the championship is coming to a close very quickly. So, about a month ago, they raced at the Lime Rock Park. It's a very short road course, as you can see here, only about a mile and a half, a little more than that, and it's really pretty normal compared to some road courses. Not the most grueling of tracks, but it does pack some action-packed action because, with only 50-second laps turned in by the GTD cars, they stay pretty close together. And yes, this is just the GTD and GTD pros that we're racing here at the 7-turn road course because no DPIs or LMP cars will be here or at VIR, which is coming up later this month. So, still a 2-hour, 40-minute race, the regular time, and it was eventful. No caution early on when the Rick Ware car, Rick Ware owns a car in IndyCar, and he owns a couple actually in the NASCAR Cup Series. So Rick Ware's going through all the series, it seems like. Unfortunately, they spun out with Aiden Reed in the car behind the 51 GTD car, but were able to get back rolling. No caution when Connor DeFilippi spun off of turn number 70 as he approached the a slower car that was coming onto pit road, and he just lost it and spun out into the grass, but continued on. The first and only full course caution was, unfortunately, for the Rick Ware car. Once again, this time it was Aiden Reed's teammate Ryan Eversley who hopped behind the wheel, got off track into the grass, and went off and slammed the tire wall. Fortunately, he was okay. And last year, there was no caution on this last restart that happened with just about under 15 minutes to go in the race. And it happened when Jan Halen in the 16 Porsche, who was a contender for the championship this year, went around after a little bit of contact in the back of the pack. But the checker flags in this race in the GTD Pro category went to Matt Campbell and Matthew Jiminet in the Porsche FAFMO Porsche, and they extend their championship lead. And it was an eventful finish on the last lap and the last corners for the 57 car of Philip Ellis and Russell Ward and the Mercedes AMG. They've been leading for a good portion of the race in the GTD class, but on the last lap, they ran out of fuel with only about 3 corners left. Just a heartbreaker for them. They were coasting to the line, and the second place car of Brian Sellers and Madison Snow in the BMW GTD car passed them, and they got the win. And this is going to help them a lot in the Sprint Cup Championship, which is all the other races that aren't endurance. And that last race will be in about 2 weeks' time when we go to VIR. Well, that's all for race recap this time, but we'll come back in just a few days and we'll have the recap for the IMSA car race over at Road America.